In this video, I'll provide some tips on how to succeed on the MyLab Statistics homework system. So when using MyLab Statistics, you'll want to avoid using Safari as a browser if you are a Mac user. Instead, try Chrome or Firefox. This is the #1 issue that students run into. When working on the homework, use the practice problem worksheets that I've provided, which you can download here through the blue link, as these problems from the lecture are very similar or even sometimes the same as the actual homework. So these worksheets give you step-by-step instructions on how to do the homework problems. You'll also want to make sure to turn off any pop-up blockers that your browser may have. Now let's look at MyLab so I can show you some of these tips in real time. So when you first click on the chapter homework, you'll see a page like this that asks you to load the homework in a new window. So I'll go ahead and click on this, which will take us to the Chapter 2 homework. I'll go ahead and click on the very first question. And what you'll notice in the first question of our chapter homework is actually a check-in question to make sure that you're watching the videos carefully. It also has hyperlinks to all of the lecture videos in one place, so you can pull these up while you're doing the homework, as well as remind you that you should watch these before attempting the homework. Once you choose your answer, you'll click the Check Answer button in the lower right-hand corner, and it will let you know if you have answered the question correctly or not. I'll go ahead and look at the next problem. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll find the Question Help menu, and it has a variety of tools to work on this problem. The first one that some students like to use is called the Help Me Solve This. This tool guides you step-by-step through the homework problem, but you do not get credit for it. So this is great for practicing first, and then you can do it again without guidance for credit. Once you finish the guided version of the problem, the homework system will generate a new set of numbers for you. The next tool is called View an Example, and this is by far the most commonly used tool that my students use. This shows a very similar problem to the same one that you're given. The only difference is the numbers have been changed. Many students prefer to use this tool and will even print a PDF or hard copy of the example and then follow it as they complete the homework problem. So if you click on the Question Help here, you can actually print it as a PDF or print it out on your printer so that you can see the step-by-step instructions. The textbook link here is great because if you can't remember a particular concept, you can just click on this and it will take you to the ebook with the specific content that's relevant to the problem. And most importantly is the Ask My Instructor link. So when you click on this, a window will pop up and you can send me a quick note letting me know what you tried or where you're stuck on a problem, and then I can provide you guidance on how to solve it. This is helpful because it will send me your specific problem with your unique numbers, so I can give you customized instructions just for you. And once you finish your message and you're ready to send, click the Send button and it will go straight to me. I respond within 24 hours. One thing you might notice is that the answer boxes are quite small, and it can be difficult to see or type into. One way to improve the visibility is if you click on this gear button here and click on OnScreen Keyboard. You can go ahead and turn this on, and what will happen is the next time you click into an answer box, this keyboard will appear, and you can use this on-screen keyboard or you can just type using your regular keyboard, and this will make it much easier to see what you're typing in there. And then you'll just hit the enter button here, or you can even hit the enter button on your keyboard and that will put in the answer. Here's the Chapter 3 homework that I'll also use to demonstrate some of the tips here. And so you can see there's a data set right here. Rather than trying to data enter all of this into Excel, there's a little icon over here on the right. If you click on this, you'll be given a couple of options. You'll want to use the Open in Excel, and when I click on that, it will allow me to download the Excel file so that I can work with the specific numbers in my problem. MyLab Statistics is very sensitive to rounding, so you want to pay attention to the instructions that are given in parentheses, as it will tell you how many decimal places you need to round to. This will help you learn to be accurate in your calculations and become detail-oriented. However, if your rounding error is very minor, you can always click on the Ask My Instructor link and send the problem my way and explain what happened, and I will manually give you credit for the problem so you don't have to redo it. So I'll go ahead and enter the answer on this one. Now, the questions are set up for you to receive partial credit for problems with multiple parts. As you can see here, I've got another step in our problem here. In addition, for each of these parts, you get 3 tries. So after the 3rd attempt, the homework system will actually give you the correct answer. So I can just type in the wrong answer repeatedly, and it's going to keep allowing me to try again. And then by the 3rd time, it will tell me what the correct answer should have been. And that way, if you actually need the answer from a previous component, you can use the correct answer that they give you to continue working on the remaining parts. So you don't have to start over if you don't want to. But when you click on this answer that has the little red mark, you can see what you originally answered incorrectly versus the correct answer in the blue box. Now, you can attempt homework problems in an unlimited number of times. However, I do not want students to get frustrated with the homework. That's not helpful to the learning process. So do not repeatedly attempt homework problems. If you're stuck on a problem for more than 10 minutes, stop and use the Ask My Instructor link to ask for help from me. And move on to the next question. Go back to the problem later. It's much less stressful that way. Now, if your goal is to improve your score and in turn your course grade, you want to be strategic and pick which problems to attempt again. But don't do them all. It's just too time consuming. Be aware, under the question help, when we use the view and example, sometimes MyLab will say use technology. Now, MyLab doesn't know what kind of technology you have available. It could mean a calculator, it could mean Excel, or it could mean some other statistical tool. In our class, we use calculators and Excel. So I provide Excel instructions whenever possible through my lectures, through my Excel tutorials, and on the worksheets. So reference those as needed to help you on the homework. So if you have any questions, just let me know.